Welcome to Stefco. What? Welcome to Stefco Racing and Fabrication. What's with the douchebag eyeballs? Welcome to Stefco Racing and Fabrication. What do I say now? I don't know. This is weird. Welcome to the Stefco Racing and Fabrication YouTube channel. I figured it's probably easier to give an explanation of what it is we got going on in the shop in video form than making this 18-page long Facebook post that, let's be honest, I don't know that anybody, if you ever scroll past a post that says, see more, I guarantee you, like, the majority of people don't actually click on that thing and read to the end. So hopefully you find these videos entertaining enough that you watch to the end, and hope you enjoy them too, because, yeah, right on. Awkward. So, we're working on this 1971 Dodge Challenger. We got dropped off yesterday, to be honest with you. I got a soft spot for these things. Obviously, I got one of my own right there, which we'll eventually make a video on that. But today, we're going to be talking about the Challenger. We're going to be talking about the Camaro. This one's just getting wrapped up. This one's just starting. I kind of figured, well, let me go ahead and make a video on this Challenger before we start disassembling, hacking and whacking and all that good stuff. So, this is a 1971. The VIN and the fender tag actually says it's a 70, but this was a NHRA stock eliminator car. So we're kind of thinking maybe the reason why I got swapped out to a 71 grill and tail panel, because that's really the only difference between a 70 and a 71. Maybe it was something related to the rules of maybe, that 1971 year model had a different, maybe there was a horsepower advantage or a weight advantage or something. Because with the stock eliminator class and most of those NHRA sportsman classes, they're obviously horsepower limited. There's only so much you can do to the motor. The weight's based off of, the factory horsepower rating of said motor and stuff like that. I'm not really well versed on the rules. The only thing I know, those classes don't really make much sense to me because it's essentially a bracket race. There's an index to each class, but then for whatever reason, you've got to run a second faster to be considered competitive in the class. So don't really understand it, but it is definitely, I respect it because like they science these things out. I mean, they get so creative. They do ceramic wheel bearings, and like you really have to work to find that ET elsewhere. So I respect them. I just don't understand them. But like I said, this is an X stock eliminator car. So we're gonna be taking this motor out, which is an illegal motor anyways. Dr. Doug, the guy that owns it, he's just a bracket racer, and he loves e-bodies, which me too. How could you not? It's just, I mean, you see that body line, you just see that body line, the big old hips out there, out back. She got big old booty. Who don't love a big old booty? The best body line in the automotive industry. There's nothing better, nothing cooler, nothing sexier, whatever word you want to put on it, than an e-body Mopar. I said it. Maybe it'll ruffle some feathers. I mean, it's definitely, Camaros are cool or whatnot, but it's a Chevy, man. Everybody knows Mopar's where it's at. But obviously, I'm biased. We're a Mopar family. Got a Challenger there, Roadrunner under there, and over there in the garage underneath the house, my 74 Duster. And I got a friggin' 79 Dodge Aspen wagon too, so I don't mean to offend nobody. It's just jokes, a good old-fashioned ribbon, stick it to them. But anyway, let's get it back into this thing. What we're gonna be doing to it, Dr. Doug got him a big old Indy motor. with a Bill Mitchell block. So I mean, it's down for some serious business. I got a turbo 400 Rosler trans to put in there. We're gonna motor plate it, mid plate it, and then we're gonna do an 850 cert cage on it. Right now, it's just got a, it's got roll bar. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. We're gonna give him a good cage so he can really hit the full untapped potential of that big old guy over there. Because obviously, who doesn't want to go fast, right? But it's got a Dana 60 with this mono wheelie bar. Kind of cool. We've got this 69 Camaro that we've been working on, and we're to the finish line on this one. I just got to basically go take it for another test drive. Just make sure that everything's good. Got to get the PCV valve for it. I need a 90-degree one, not just a straight. It'll make the hose routing look all goofy and everything if I just use the straight nipple one. So, just got to go to the auto parts store, pick that up. Got to go pick up the hood, put it on, and then this thing's done. And what we did to it was we put this 383 stroker from Blueprint Engines in it. 56 Magnum in it now. It had a turbo 350, I believe. Let's see here. Well, you can see the Chris Alston Chassis Works trans cross member in there. We use that, and they also make this. They make this really nice tonneau cap that has an extra 1.5 inch worth of height built into it for the trans swap, because obviously it's a considerable taller transmission and beefier transmission compared to a turbo 350, 400, or Power Glide. Not a Chevy guy, don't know what would have came in this in 69, but I would assume it was one of those three. Nonetheless, it was a very easy, you just, obviously you want to sneak up on cutting the top of the tunnel off and, that whole deal. So it was a little time consuming, just sneaking up on it. But once we were there, man, everything went super easy. And the one thing I will give to the GM guys that I'm kind of jealous of as a Mopar guy is the availability of parts, man. Like converting this thing from, the automatic setup with the full-size brake pedal and everything to McLeod making a, conversion kit basically where like the clutch pedal, slides in and all that good jazz. And it's just, I was really impressed because never in my life have I had that convenience with a Mopar, which, don't get me wrong, I'll deal with that, like it's not a good enough reason to switch to anything else because that's just blasphemous. Never, Mopar only. But I was very impressed with this. Very impressed. This thing sounds great. It drives great. I'm just impressed all around. Like this is, I would drive this 7 days a week. I'd daily drive it. It's got a 6-speed in it. It's probably going to get, 20, probably. I don't know. It's better than what my wagon gets with daily drive it. So I would absolutely daily drive this. But yeah, this thing's awesome. This thing's awesome. I'm probably going to cut this part out of the video because that's just, I'm rambling. I don't know what else to say other than I'm just freaking rambling. I guess I'll go ahead and crank it up for you though. Ooh. Keys. I'm sitting on them. Right on. Give it a pump or two. Starts up just like that. Just like that. Got a nice load to it. See that? That's America. That's the sound of America right there. Oh yeah. We're back. We're back.
We're back! Classic!
It's the next day. We got an empty, whoa. I don't know how these people do this, dude. I seriously don't know how you walk around with a phone barely hanging in your hand. And as you see, I about dropped it. I mean, my phone's cracked anyways. I'm horrible with these things, even with cases. Shatter them. This is the second phone. I've shattered the screen. So it's not a big deal if I drop it, but rambling. Anyways, next day, empty engine bay. It rhymed. I ain't no rapper. Got the old Cope Racing 727. We're no longer going to be using. The old big block, no longer we're going to be using. Need to move those to the pile of pickup parts over there. Got the old headers, scatter shield, that type of thing. Now, what we're going to do is we're probably going to go ahead. We're going to come in here. We're going to get rid of these, because we're going to go ahead and redo those. Most likely with the Turbo 400 and everything going in there. We actually got this nice little, you see it right there. That's the old trans cross member out of my Challenger, already modified for the Turbo 400. I'm no longer going to be using that on mine because, well, I know I said I was going to put this in it, but I cut my floor out, and that's now my trans cross member. So don't have the factory torsion bar cross member in there anymore. Can't use it. So I figured, hey, I can let old buddy Dr. Doug have it, use it for his. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use it just so I don't have to cut and hack and modify on his. Pretty cool, pretty cool. That's obviously, Dad made that thing probably 2006. I don't know. I'll have to ask him and get back to you on that, because I don't know. I think that's probably when he put the Turbo 400 in it, because I know it had a 4-speed in it when it was a street car. I don't know that he ever had a Mopar automatic transmission in there, because as long as I could remember, it always had a 426 Hemi with a 4-speed in it. So, yeah. Anyways, gonna cut that stuff out. My idea was to start with the drivetrain first. You know, get the motor and the trans in there, mid plate, motor plate, all that mount and stuff in there. Because once it's in, it can stay in. We don't have to take it back out. Because obviously it's not in the way for a 850 cert cage. We can still do an 850 cert cage with all the motor and everything in there, because obviously that's here, not in the engine bay. So, unfortunately, that's probably not going to be the case, because we had to order a motor plate, or we got a motor plate, we had to order a mid plate. So, for the time being, we're going to go ahead and get all the interior stripped out and hack and whack on the cage and get all that old existing cage, door putters, all that good jazz pulled out. So, we'll be back when that's done. I was sitting down editing this video and realized I owe you guys a recap. Camaro's gone. Ta-da! The guy came and picked it up. Thoroughly pleased. Sad to see it go. That thing was such a fun car to test drive or whatnot. But, you guys, this. I got a little happy with the Sawzall. Cut out the old cage. I got that floor plate out. They welded these tubes to the the side of the floor, which goes into the rocker. So, gonna have to get a little fancy in there with, a flapper disc and a stone maybe, and just grind all that out. Kind of come cut all these plates out. One of the scary things I noticed is, maybe you can kind of see it if I don't block it, but there was no weld on this part of the plate. Right here, there was just a little maybe inch of weld, and then there was no weld for the rest of it. And then basically it was like welded right here, and then just welded from here to here. So really, it was just welded on this side and this, and nothing else of it was really welded down at all. And you can see back here, it's kind of the same story. Got a little bit of weld right here, no weld right there, weld right there, no weld here, no weld there. There's a hole in the floor where they burned through and when they were trying to weld it there. And then you got, of course, weld here, here. And it looks like maybe some in there. But nonetheless, we got the carpet ripped out, which was 3M glued in every spot. I just need to get back there and go ahead and snatch the rear firewall out and cut those plates and bars off. But that is for tomorrow, which today's Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. We're just getting back from some family shindigs, great time, family. It's awesome. But yeah, so I went and picked up the roll cage tubing and everything. So tomorrow on Good Friday, we can go ahead and me and old Dad, because he's got it off of work, we can bust into it and put a nice hefty big old dent in it. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks if you made it to the end. And if you didn't, well, thanks for clicking on it and showing some interest anyways. That's going to do it again. I said that again. I'm rambling. Anyways, goodbye.